everybody. This is the tour of our new truck. So we'll probably start here with the dash. As you can see, it's got the collision mitigation system. We haven't used it enough to know if we like it or not, but had a few kind of issues with it that I'm not a big fan of. One was when a truck was already on the off ramp and our truck decided to just slam on the brakes. I don't know if it thought that we were going to hit it or what, but I don't think that's a real safe thing. But anyway, let's get into this. So this will show us our fuel economy. We can go into that, and we can go into show a digital speedometer, all that kind of stuff. Let me see here, right there. So we can select that. We can go to speedometer instead of the tach, which is what we usually run it on. So let's start over here. Water temperature, oil temperature, volts. That's our brake application pressure, how much pressure you're pushing on the pedal. Our primary and secondary air and diesel exhaust fluid, that's our gauge for that. DEF, that's our fuel gauge, our tach, of course, and our speedometer. We was reading on this, and you can see those 3 green bars. That's where it's recommended you keep the truck for basically optimal fuel mileage, things like that, somewhere in that green range, which is where it usually runs anyway. Over on this side here, we've got a suspension load gauge, which we found out we can run about 55, puts us at about 33.5 or something like that. Down here we got a fuel filter gauge to let us know when the fuel filter gets plugged, which these guys do it so often that I don't think we're gonna have an issue with that anyway. Up above here, we got the outside temperature. You can see the little engine with the 3 dots under it. That's what our engine brake's set at. That's max right there. That's medium, and that's low. And of course, when you turn it off, it goes off. Drive, neutral, and reverse. Of course, it's in neutral right now. That's what that gauge tells you. That's just the time. And 2,386 miles is what we got on this already. All right, over this way. I stuck the GPS here for now. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it there, but I hate stuff stuck down here in the visible part of the windshield, so I put it on here. It's just double stick tape with the Gorilla stuff. You just give it a pull and it pops right off and don't leave any marks. These are our headlights, running lights, and this is our light switch for the lights in the sleeper there. And then of course our hazards. Down here, this is our trailer brake, traction control switch. This turns off the lane departure for like if you're in road construction or something like that and the thing's going off constantly. You can temporarily disable it by pushing up on that. This is our hill assist. Again, you can push up on that and that shuts off hill assist, and what that does, it'll actually let you roll backward. I don't know why you want to shut that off, but this is our regen switch. This truck does have auto start on it, so basically what we do is we turn the key off, and then I think it's within 5 seconds of turning the key off, we hit this switch, we push it up, and what that'll do is allow the truck to start on its own while we're inside the house. That'll keep the engine warm. It can keep the truck warm inside. It'll kick on the air conditioning or the heat, either one, whichever one you want. Whatever you got it set at, basically, here is what it's going to do when the truck starts. So that's a really nice feature. Don't have to worry about the batteries dying when you leave the refrigerator on. This one here's our suspension dump for getting out from under a trailer or under a trailer that's too low. This one here is going to be our interlock, which is basically locks in your rear differentials. This switch here is our 5th wheel release, and as you can see, you can't push it on this one. You actually got to flip the switch up and then lift up on this switch, hold it for 2 seconds, and it releases the 5th wheel. So I like this little feature. Over on this side here, we've got our dimmer switch for our lights. That's the dash lights. That'll dim them up and down. This will turn on the red lights underneath. I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see the red lights underneath there. Turns on a red light there, and also another one back there in the bunk. So that's what that switch is for. This switch here, this is really nice. This is for basically when you're doing your pre-trip, you hit this switch here, and I'll let you watch. You can see what it's doing. Right now it's flashing the hazards, and then it'll switch to the turn signals. It'll flash your left turn signal, your right turn signal. It'll turn on your headlights. It'll turn on your brights. It'll hit your brakes. It does everything. So while you're doing your walk around, all of this is continually going. There it goes again. Now it's restarting again with that. So that is a really nice option. I love that option. Makes it much easier. And then to cancel it, just hit your switch again. Work light. We got a work lights on the back of this, and they are really nice work lights. Big, round, nice and bright. So I like that. Mirror heat, mirror adjuster, of course, lock switch, and your windshield or your windows, all automatic, of course. What do we got here? We got trailer air supply. We got parking brake there. Got a little cubby here. Got a little cubby under here. Got our normal, you know, our windshield wipers, our headlights, all that kind of stuff. Over here's our drive, pushes forward, reverse switches back. This is also our engine brake. That's off, low, medium, high. Pull it all the way down. It puts it into basically a brake mode, which is like a maximum. Nice thing about this truck, manual automatic. So we can actually upshift and downshift this one manually, which makes it extremely nice. I love that. We don't use it that often, but when you need it, you need it. So I am so thankful that they didn't turn this feature off. So yeah, you hit the button here, that'll switch you into manual. Hit it again, switches you back into automatic. Love it. Of course, Kenworth radio, just your basic stereo, Bluetooth, all that stuff. Does have XM. Hummer pays for the XM radio on the in all of the trucks, so we do have that. Nice feature here, we've got auto air in this one, and as you can see, you can set it wherever you want, anywhere from 60 to 84 degrees. Just set it, and as it gets up to that temperature, the blower will slowly taper off and then shut down to nothing. All this is just all the basic stuff. This switch here, you can see the light on right there, the little blue light, that just turns on our bunk heat and our bunk air, or allows it to be turned on back there. This blue light is for our heat, and this blue light here is just recirculates the air in the cabin instead of pulling outside air in, which is where we usually run it. But when we run it on auto, as you can see, it won't run in recirculate mode, so we have to leave it like that. Max AC, we've never had to run that. It gets so nice and cold in here. We've never had to use it. All right, volume switch for our radio. Seek switch for the radio. Mode, so you can switch between you know, FM, XM, AM, all the settings there. Got a mute switch, and I love having a mute switch instead of having to hurry up and turn it down when you get a call. Cruise controls over on this side, on and off and cancel, set and resume, and up and down to bump up your speed. And that pretty much takes care of the dash controls. On this one, we do, I'm not going to honk it because I'm going to make my neighbors mad, but we do have a pull cord for the air horn on this one. City horns right here like a normal truck. This feature right here, I absolutely love. As you can see, we got rid of our stretchy cord for the mic because this one has a nice solid mic holder in it. Let me see if I can get that darken up or lighten up a little. This thing here, push that button down, radio pulls out, it sits in this little case here. Absolutely love that. On the back of this case, which I'm not going to pull it out because I'm using one hand, on the back of that case there's a quick connect for your power supply. It just hooks right into there. It's so amazing. I love it. That's really nice. So we got overhead storage here over the driver's seat. Got a nice little cubby here, storage there, storage up here. We kind of keep our medicines and stuff. Some of this stuff's kind of a mess, so just kind of ignore that. Same over here, nice little cubby over here. This is above the driver's side. And of course we got our curtains that pull around that side. This is the lane departure, collision mitigation, all that stuff. That's what all this does. It's also a front facing camera, which I don't care. People would say what they want, but that saves our butt if we get in an accident. Of course our pre-pass and our bypass for scales and tolls. Passenger side, and on this one we got a nice glove box in here too. So that makes it nice. Like having a glove box, you can store stuff in there. Back here in the back, and my battery's about ready to go dead, so I might have to cut this and then start back over. Up top here, you can see we've got a full bottle of laundry soap, and as you can see, it's pretty deep up there. Nice little storage up above. Microwave goes here. This here we put back on there just for looks, but it don't have to stay on there. You can get your microwave open and closed. Just below that cabinet is the TV, and it's on a swivel also, so you can swivel it out and you can get access, or you can swing it clear over to this window here. And this is the big thing right here. I hope you guys can see that. We have outlets in this truck. This truck was factory wired with an inverter, so we've got outlets there. This is just sitting here for now because I just now got these cameras reinstalled, so I just set it on there for now. Little switch or a little latch under here, you pull it, table comes out. Got a nice little work surface. This area here, I've been reading the book just to see if I can find anything that I haven't already figured out. You never know. I believe this tray here is for a laptop. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like a nice place to put it. I don't use one. I use the iPad. I do have a laptop, but I don't use it. Then you pull the switch, and this folds back out of your way. Gives you a little more room in this area here. All right. We're using this top drawer for food. As you can see, it's pretty deep. There ain't a whole lot in here because we pretty much ran out last week, but we're using that one for food. There's another one down here. That's going to be clothes, which we have some in there, but not a whole lot. On this side here on the bottom, got a little kind of a deep drawer, but it's kind of skinny, so we're just using that for utensils and spices and things like that for now. Some of this might change as we go along. Refrigerator, as you can see, everything tipped over on me, but the plan is in the refrigerator, it's a drawer type refrigerator. I'm thinking of getting a tote that stands about as high as this and put it in the back side, and that way we can stack things in the back, food, and then in the front we'll just put soda, milk, tea, things like that we carry in here. Freezer there. This is smaller than the Volvo, but I don't know, I kind of like it more just because of the way it's set up. This cabinet here, got a full-size closet in here, which we love. And one thing Kenworth did, this little pop out here that they put on, they actually put shelving inside here. I hope you can see that, but they actually got shelves inside there, so it's not just wasted space. So that makes it really nice. And then as you can see, we got all of our clothes hanging in here. All of our paperwork goes in here. Current month goes here. Outdated months go there. We have to keep paperwork for 2 months before we can dispose of it. And then we got all this storage down here on the bottom. Right now we just have our frying pan in there for eggs and whatnot, but we'll find something to do with that. Maybe put a nice pull-out drawer or something down there. That way we get a little more storage. Up top again, we've got a nice big deep area up here where we can store stuff. We've got some bowls, and our I believe our first aid kit and stuff is up there. And then back here in the back, we still got some more stuff taking the house, but these are like our shower bags, stuff like that we got setting up here. Haven't decided yet if we're going to pull the mattress out yet and put some totes up here, but I don't think we're going to have to. I think we got plenty of storage. Of course, we got the 39 by 84 bed, I believe it is, or 82 bed, something like that. So we got a nice big bed in this one, which I love. Vent on that side, window on that side. All right, guys, my camera died. I told you it was gonna die on me. I'm not sure where I quit at, and I was talking about the bed. Back here on the end of the bed, we got about 8 inches of space here, and that goes clear from over there, clear over to this cabinet here. I mean, we can get our dirty clothes bag, we can get our duffel bag, everything tucked back down there, so I like that. That's kind of nice. All right, I think I told you we got a vent on this side that swings open and closed either way, forward or back. This side's got a window. I wish we had a window on both sides. It just makes it a little brighter. Other than that, it doesn't do anything for us because we don't open it anyway. Down here, we got our emergency exit. Pull that down. Window pops open. You can get out that way if you have to. Up top, we got a window on that side, which is nice. We got a window on that side. We always leave these open just because it's nice to be able to get the light in here. This control here, I haven't really read about. It says auto start on it, so I'm assuming it has to do with the auto start. And if I turn this on, I can bump the temperature up and down with that. So at first we thought it was a bunk heater, but I believe it's tied into the auto start system because we can set the heating and cooling here too. And that's what I'm thinking that is, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. This is our inverter, as you can see. This switch here operates our refrigerator, turns our refrigerator on and off. These are all of our heating and cooling controls for the back. Not auto back here, but that's no big deal. This switch here controls our lights up top, which as you can see, shutting on and off. This switch here actually turns on our red lights, as you can see over there. I'm hoping you can see that. I'll keep it aimed on there. You'll see that turn to red, and then white It's got red lights underneath there. It also turns on some reds throughout the cabin. This switch here locks our front doors, which is really nice. I love having that. This control here is for the radio back here in the back. It's got the alarm on it and all that stuff that all the other ones have on it. Switch the band, all that good stuff. USB plugs, we got a couple of these throughout the truck, which is really nice. We don't have to have our charger, we can just plug it right into USB port. And then of course we got our 12-volt power source here, which is nice. Nice little cubby here. This is actually pretty deep. It's kind of a mess right now because we just moved some, a lot of the stuff into the truck, so we just got cables thrown in here for right now, but nice place to keep the iPad, things like that up there. And of course, which I'm not gonna do because I'll make Donna mad, you can just lift up on the bed and you can get underneath the bunk or underneath the truck itself. Tons of storage underneath there, almost a waste, because as you can see right here, with the trash can out of the way, they blocked this off. It's solid, but there's so much room under there that it would have been nice if they'd have taken it back. You could have had a lot more inside storage, but either way, this is a vent here for the air conditioning. That's the return for the air conditioning. I believe this vent here is for our bunk heat. All right, only other thing up front I would say that we really enjoy is passenger armrests. Oh my God, that Volvo didn't have passenger armrests, and people don't understand how nice those are when you're in the passenger seat. In fact, it's got 2 armrests on this side too for the driver, of course, and it's also got 2. And we keep finding these factory stickers all over everything. That's the little tour of the truck. Of course, we got LED lighting throughout the truck. Everything in the truck's LED, which makes it really nice. We got overhead lights here. We've got red lights in there. We've got this light that comes on with the truck. Up above here, you guys can probably see that little red light right there. That never shuts off, and what that does is that shines right down here on the cup holder while you're driving. It's not overly bright, it's nice and dim, but it's just enough that it gives you a little bit of light right here so you can see what you're doing, what you're grabbing. Qualcomm mounted right here. Guess I could have showed you that too. Just hooked up to your RAM mount. So that's how that's mounted. All right, so on the outside, you can see where I got the cameras mounted right there next to the mirror. I got one on that side. I've got the main one inside, of course, mounted right there. And there's the other one mounted right there. Just got them pretty much back where they were on the other truck. And hopefully you can see that. There's our front view, driver's side, passenger side. And like I said, I got to figure out where I'm going to put this. I'm not going to leave it here. It's just put there for now because I'm kind of burned out for the day. So that's the tour of the truck. I'll get this video put up. We'll probably do an exterior tour also, but I'm not going to do that today because we have got gnats, something fierce, and every time I step out the truck I get attacked, and I don't feel like sitting there swatting gnats all day and getting gnat bites like crazy. So I'll get this put together for you guys, let you see a nice tour of the inside. Only thing I would say different about this from the Volvo is the sleeper is a little bit shorter. This is a 76 inch, and I don't know what the Volvo was, but I'm assuming it was like an 82 or maybe even an 80, because it is a little bit shorter, but I think it's going to work out just fine for us. Plenty of room. All you do is sleep back here anyway, cook some dinner, so I think we'll have plenty of room. All right, so that's it. That's the tour of the 2020 T680.